Julius Mkhwanazi. Now, you're going to want to hear this one. Who is this guy? Well, I told you about him earlier, right? He's the suspended head of the EMPD department. He is the suspended head of the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department who was arrested. I told you about this guy, the corrupt cop who was working with people like Matlala, the mafia bosses who went to jail. He's now been arrested 3 times since first appearing at the Madlanga Commission. 3 times. And the 3rd arrest is the most cinematic of them all. And I'll tell you why. Friday, while you were braaiing with your salty crackers because month end hadn't arrived yet, while you were waiting for the World Cup final on Sunday, IPID officers arrived at his home in Alberton with an arrest warrant. A child answers the door and tells officers, "Hi, Mr. Officer, Dad is not home." So what does IPID do? They say, "Okay, young man, okay, your dad's not home, it's fine. Guys, let's regroup. We can't torture this child because we're looking for his father." They pull up CCTV footage from the area. They track his vehicle on camera for 10 kilometers across Johannesburg. He takes a Kensington off-ramp. They follow the footage to a house in Kensington. He's not there either, but he is at another house in the same street. So they found him. They came inside that door. They said, "My friend." They held him by his washing. They said, "Let's go." Now, let me tell you what this arrest is actually about, because if you know it, it's actually a lot wilder than the story of how it happened. In February 2023, 6 of precious stones were stolen from an apartment in Killarney, Johannesburg. Sugilite and manganese stones worth 14.9 million rand. The people who stole them were not random thieves either. They were police officers. Police officers. They conducted what looked like an actual police raid on the property. You know when corrupt cops do those fake police raids, but they're just stealing everything from you. They arrived with the authority of law enforcement. They seized the stones from the owner. And then instead of booking them into evidence as required by the law they claimed to fight for, they just took them. 6 boxes, 14.9 million rand, gone into pockets instead of evidence rooms. Witness K, who is a JMPD officer and who was at the time Mkhwanazi's girlfriend, testified before the Madlanga Commission that she told Julius Mkhwanazi about the stones being kept in the Killarney apartment. She testified that Mkhwanazi actually encouraged her to find ways to make money after she became financially dependent on him. She said this led to planning this theft. She said 110,000 rand from the proceeds was shared equally amongst those involved. Julius Mkhwanazi denied everything she said before the commission, as usual. "Yeah, she's just a bitter ex. Of course she's trying to take me down. Everybody's against me." And the IPID arrested both of them on Friday. They said, we hear you, Witness K. Mkhwanazi, what's your story? We hear you. Come with us, both of you. You're sleeping here tonight. Witness K was arrested first in Johannesburg. Mkhwanazi was tracked across Kensington by CCTV footage and arrested hours later, all because they came to his original home in Alberton, the home he claims to be mainly in, and they found his child saying, "Nope, daddy's not here, sorry." Which I actually feel really bad of, because that's a child who's just enjoying his school holidays on Friday evening, and then you see these heavy armored cops knock at the door and like, "Hey kid, we're looking for your father. Could he be here tonight?" Like, come on, man. Why are you pulling the kids into this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what an irresponsible man. He steals 14.9 million rands worth of precious stones. And he doesn't even have the balls to actually go and face the cops face to face and say, "All right, I did it. I'm going." Your child has to answer the door for you. Your child is more of a man than you are. You were tracked across Kensington by CCTV footage and arrested hours later. Both you and your ex-girlfriend have now spent the weekend in the Germiston police station anyway. The only difference is the cops just had to put a little more effort that night to find you because you had to put your child to answer the door and not you, coward. Now both are going to appear in the Johannesburg's Magistrates Court today. So this is his 3rd arrest. His first was on fraud and corruption inside the EMPD in April. Second, the blue lights for Matlala in July. Third was stealing precious stones in a fake police raid with his then girlfriend, who he denies everything she's claiming, by the way. So 3 arrests, 3 separate alleged criminal enterprises, all while suspended, all while on bail from the previous arrest, all while on the Madlanga Commission record as a witness. One comment on social media described him as a permanent resident of the courts. And honestly, at this point, they're not wrong. It's almost like he stays there, not his home.